think that we got on the timeline is flowing pretty good. I just have a difference with Doctor.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
a difference with the end. I think
Yeah.
like we're on the same path. I just have a difference with how they're ending it.
All right, I'm going to try this one thing here. This is what broke it last time. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, so we're good. So go on, brother. Go on. Other people will find it.
All right, cool. So so yeah, basically what I'm saying, if we go back to the end of Loki, where He Who Remains gives this mission to Ravonna Renslayer. It's kind of been up in the air what that mission is. Ravonna says she's going searching for free will. Who knows? But I think that mission was Kang telling her to go back into like this phase 4, to go back and change history in the timeline that will help our Avengers, help the people in the sacred timeline defeat the Kang and Ant-Man.
Okay.
And I think the Kang and Ant-Man is very hell-bent on destroying our universe, not because of what Janet did, but because our universe is where He Who Remains comes from.
Right.
So I feel like He Who Remains and this Kang are probably like kind of like the Rick and Morty, Rick Prime, right? Like they're those kind of like the two top Kangs, the two top variants probably. I think that's how they're going to go down. But that explains that part as to like how we've gotten the Bangles pop up,
sure,
how we've gotten the 10 rings pop up, even to like the 10 rings. Like, dude, he changed the 10 rings so they were actual organization. Now, to me, there's no way in the MCU that the 10 rings were as powerful as they were in Shang-Chi and not be known throughout the MCU, just to be kind of like what they were in Iron Man 3. Right. So to me, that's an obvious change. And then also to the meteorite that came down, the meteorite of vibranium that created Namor. And then you also have the Darkhold. I think he created all of those things in order to help people be prepared to defeat this Kang.
Sure. So,
So like, long story short, like going through Loki kind of meeting, I never thought about Loki meeting up with a new He Who Remains, but I think that's kind of actually brilliant. But the only thing is, I think that they're going to separate. I think Kang will still exist. Like, we're never going to get rid of Kang in the MCU. I don't think they're going to kill him like they did, like Thanos or whatever. But I think what we're separating from the end is how we're having all of this war going on. We have the multiverse. I'm with Rob as to where things are going to boil down.
Sure. Yep.
And while we're watching it from this angle, I just cannot let go of the idea that Doctor Doom and Wanda are working together on the other back end. Yeah. Possibly even like Doctor Strange, or it could end up being Loki from this. You know, this is where my kind of theory gets a little bit cloudy, but it could end up being Loki that Doctor Doom and Wanda are working with to take the power from the Beyonder Kang, and really, whether it's through Alioth or through cosmic energy, whatever it be, and to form a new timeline similar to what we have in Battle World. But I just don't think they're going to go balls to the wall in Battle World like they have in the comics. I think it'll just be a different, just merging of the timelines.
Yeah.
But just have Wanda and Doom be the ones to create those timelines, because if they're the ones to do that, then we have a reason for all of the mutants to be coming in, because Wanda wants to be able to have her kids, right? Yeah. So we have that reasoning. Is reasoning that's set in place for that. Also as well to have Doctor Doom, to have the Fantastic Four so established in this timeline, and to have his Liberia established in this timeline, because Doctor Doom may look at it and say, there's no me without Reed, without the Fantastic Four.
Sure.
So there's the logic, and I think that next phase is them going to be uncovering that and leading us to, well, where's the source of the power? And then we go beyond into like whether it's the Beyonders or the Celestials that are doing the next saga.
Yeah.
So I think, I feel like that gives Doctor Doom his shine in like phase 7 and 8. And he doesn't have to get killed off either. He can go on his end and try to do whatever he wants to do with the Celestials as well.
Yeah.
So that's just my take on it. But I think we're like I said, like I really enjoyed your theory and piecing that together, because I never thought about the Loki becoming like an Avengers Prime or someone at the end of time going back around.
Yeah. Well, it's like, honestly, I wouldn't have thought of it unless they actually revealed Avenger Prime to be Loki. And it's one of those things where it's like, because Avengers Prime and like a lot of that stuff that Jason Aaron's been setting up has been in the making for years and years and years at this point. And so it's kind of interesting because I don't know exactly when Feige gets the CCO role, right? But it's pretty obvious that he immediately was like, oh, well, we want to start using more modern comics, and like you guys are really going to act as, sort of a breeding pool or a farm of ideas for concepts that we're going to take in. This is going to eventually leverage comics to be even more like, once people realize that it's all been in comics recently, I think moving past Secret Wars, Marvel Comics themselves are going to get a lot more attention because people are going to be like, whoa, like some of this stuff could be popping up any day.
Exactly.
So if that wouldn't have happened, I probably wouldn't have come up with the theory. And also, like, especially the piece that really kind of clicked for me was when Paul said that he who remains will not know, like, he won't know anything. Like, it'll be his first time through. And I'm just like, dude.
That makes sense.
Right. And to your point, when you were talking about Ravonna, I think she probably went to the future in our timeline where He Who Remains first popped up. And then she might actually, like, help him and, like, help him then to, like, know what he's going to have to do to defeat Kang in what, for him, will be a multiversal war that has not happened yet, but for her is a multiversal war that has already happened, right?
And dude, can I say what's like? Ravonna is just, like, very out there because we don't know which way they're going to go, because they could very much pick up where she did in the Kang the Conqueror run that they just did. I don't know what you call that, but it's like the 5 series run.
Yeah.
Where, like, you know, she realized that Kang had been writing her throughout the multiverse to be what she is, but she hated that. Right. So she went and killed Kang. Like, so I'm not sure if they're going to go that route with her helping this Kang, or she's going to realize this motherfucker's been doing this to me and I just need to go find my free will and kill him.
Yeah.
But dude, can I just spout one more thing out?
Of course, yeah.
And then I'll get out of here. When I talked about him throwing the Bangles, He Who Remains doing things like with the 10 rings, and then like with the Bangles. Between that and going back and looking at What If, dude, I think it's clear that I think he might have given the Bangles to Miss Marvel to be able to stop the incursions.
Right. Yeah.
I think that if you look at Miss Marvel's powers of Heartlight, they look identical to what we see in What If when we look at what separates the multiverses, right? To where the Watcher is.
Yeah.
He's like in between multiverses.
Yeah.
It looks directly identical, like to that.
And then on top of that, crystalline kind of stuff
crystal type of color and glass type of color. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, at the end of Miss Marvel, she makes that like orb that looks just like the same orb that Doctor Strange, the Doctor Strange made in What If, to withhold Ultron and to withhold. So I think that those two, on top of that, the rumors about the incursions being in the Marvels, I think that that's going to be revealed as a way to possibly be able to like withstand incursions. Because as much as we're like loving Kang right now, like incursions I feel like are just as big as a threat. Because I feel like Kang can't even stop incursions. Like I feel like if incursions happens, he's not able to stop him, but he's the one causing them.
Oh, I agree. So I agree with that. And I think
I feel like we're kind of overlooking the bigger issue of incursions when it comes to the universe, because that shit they're already starting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to throw that out there. Like I think the Miss Marvel Bangle and like that power that comes from the Noor dimension, and I just put out like a short about like the Noor dimension and the mirror dimension being pretty much the same thing. But yeah, dude, that's just where my mind drifts when I start talking about Kang. It's like, damn, these incursions are in the back end. And I don't know, dude. Like,
dude, you know what?
Marvel might be key to that.
Oh, I think so too. And you know what I've been thinking about is Photon, right? So Monica's powers.
Yeah.
So she is somehow able to like see all the energy, right? And like she might be able to help if the incursions are like two like universes that normally exist completely fine together in some kind of synchronicity. And the incursion, what the incursion is like, oh, that synchronicity is no longer there. So there's some kind of friction. There's some kind of collision happening. I think Monica might be able to like resynchronize the two universes, similar to how Ghost was cured by Janet. You know, like that idea of like oh, she's in all these other universes. Well, now we can just kind of like hone it in. So I think like that might be something that's going on and, you know, happening there. What do you think about that?
I think that I like that, because I don't think like what they're going to do is going to like be like, this is how you end incursions. I just think it's like, this is how we're able to stop it this one time, right? Well, this is how we can try and stop it, but the problem is they're going to occur over the multiverse. So I actually like that, and I was listening to you and thinking like, shit, what did they even do? Pretty much like an Eternals team up.
Yeah.
Right? Like where you had the Eternals like came together and made that. It was like a mega mind.
Yeah, the mind meld, whatever it was.
The mind meld,
yeah.
And they came together and it made their powers bigger or what have you. That could be when we're looking at the Marvels and you haven't. I think I like where that train of thought is going.
Yeah,
because if they all come together, I could definitely see Monica's energy going into whatever Miss Marvel is doing. And then the brute strength alone of Captain Marvel, all of those three working in tandem to end incursions. And I like that. I'm not going to give spoilers as far as like what's supposed to happen with them afterwards. But I like that.
Yeah.
I like that idea of them doing that to lead to what happens at the end.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude, like
Good
Rob
stuff,
said,
huh?
dude, I'm hella excited. And one more shout out to you. Yeah, I'm with Rob. I can't stand the Avengers forever. I've tried to read it.
Dude, I love it.
I'm in the fourth issue now, and I went ahead and started reading The Defenders Beyond.
No, dude, I don't know what it is.
In the
like
Defenders Beyond, the Loki variant. Yeah, the Loki variant survives the eighth firmament or the seventh. She survives that and goes through. I don't know if that's the same thing because I haven't.
I think it's gonna.
That run yet,
yeah, well, I got to dive into that side of it, but I do think they're connected. Yeah, and like I think that it just comes down to like Jason Aaron, and some people don't like that like crazy bombastic stuff and like the sort of borderline goofiness of like what he's doing with some of the variants and some of the crazy stuff. But I love it, dude. Like when
there were some parts that I liked.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, that to me, dude, it's like it's all the stuff I love about comics, but I also recognize that it's not what everybody else loves. And I love Jonathan Hickman too, and Hickman is like slow burn, very cerebral with his stuff, right? And like I felt like Avengers Forever is like just it's like the icing on the cake, bro. It's like you go up to a nice cake and it's got that really nice icing on it, man. And sometimes you just want to like grab some of it and just shove it in your mouth. So that I don't know. For me, it's like some sweet goodness.
Pause.
Pause. Right? Exactly.
Well, I'm definitely going to finish it. But it's like it just don't get my theory juice popping. I opened up Avengers. I opened up Defenders Beyond, and like in the first like 10 minutes, like my theory brain was just going out of the wazoo. But yeah, dude, hella hype, man. Like I said, I just love how you broke down this your damn theory like that. Like that was fucking excellent. So,
wasn't it fun?
Shit,
it was kind of fun, huh?
It was fun. It was. I was in and out, but it was fun. Like I was like, damn, I can't be commenting because I'm at work, but it was fun as shit. So
that's cool. All right, brother. I'm gonna get you out of here. I'll get somebody else in, but I appreciate it. I think you're onto some stuff too, man, for sure. All right, take care, man. Petey, I'm calling, brother. Petey Pablo. All right, you're live. Hello.
Yo.
Yeah, I think I got you, bro. You might be breaking up a little bit. Give me a little audio. What's up?
Yo, Josh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I got you.
All right, what's up, Josh? I appreciate the streams, but I got a couple questions for you.
Hit me.
All right, so with how close Secret Wars is, because it's really only a couple years away, right?
Yep.
How are they going to fit all this in the couple of years without just fucking massively streamlining a bunch of shows or movies and kind of just force feeding it?
Yeah, so I think so here's the thing. The reason that he is forcing it is because he wants to use the old Fox X-Men, and because he wants to use Robert Downey Jr. and he wants to use Chris Evans, and he knows that he only has so much time for when all of those actors are still like out there performing and are open to that idea. So that's the reason that I think it's being forced. And I think you might get another version of Secret Wars down the line that's even crazier. Like maybe Eternity Wars is like more like Secret Wars. And I think it's important also to remember that like in Marvel's past, they have streamlined and condensed a lot of their crazy stories. So like Age of Ultron, for instance, nothing like Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron in the comics is bananas, dude. Savage Land, Doom, time travel, platforms, Wolverine learning to kill himself. Like it's crazy, right? So I think that the way we get to Secret Wars, and it's possible it's delayed a little bit. I could see them pushing it in 2027 or into Christmas of 2026. But the reality is there are a ton of projects that we sort of know about that have not been talked about, right? So like World War Hulk, Armor Wars, the Silver Surfer movie, Nova, whatever that is, possibly even Eternals 2, and some of these other like ideas and concepts that could come in and fit some of this stuff together. But I think the real key is going to be the fact that this is really a 2-part movie. So the one is called Kang Dynasty, and then the other one is called Secret Wars. You literally could have just called them Secret Wars Part 1 and Secret Wars Part 2. So I think that's really what it's going to be, because you're going to get a lot of the stuff set up in that first movie, and then in the second movie, I think it's mostly going to take like the perspective of the different franchises and those characters as they are then recruited, and then they go fight against Kang. So I'm not saying it's perfect, but I think that's their plan, right? As far as like how to fit it all together.
No, yeah, I get you for sure. And then my second question, how are you going to feel if they don't do anything with Doom?
Yeah.
Nothing. Like, if they bring in the Fox Fantastic Four, but they don't have anything to do with Doom, unless they bring in the Fox Doom.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Like, initially when I heard about this and everything, it pissed me off, and like it's a bummer because obviously like I'm a huge Doom fanboy. But I think what's going to happen, and I think they're going to do this with the X-Men as well, is that he's going to use the multiverse to establish not just the Doom from the old Fantastic Four stuff, but potentially other either variants of Doom, or like Kang might talk about Doom from perhaps a dead universe. Because one of the things I've been thinking about is if there were other universes that are dead and destroyed, in the timeless one shot that happened, I think last year, maybe the year before, Kang actually gets a signal, or he discovers a blip in time that is a universe that should be long dead. And he goes there, and it's a variant of Doom. It's actually Reed that takes 2 of the gems and makes him into his eyeballs, and he's Doom. So I say all of that to say that I think Feige will use the Fantastic Four Doom and maybe the concept of Doom to teach us more about Doom, so that when our Doom in the 616 pops up post Secret Wars, we have this like sort of new appreciation, and we're like really interested to see if he'll line up with some of that other stuff that we've learned about. Now, some of that is just copium. I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of it's just me coping, right? But that would be the way I would do it, right? It's like, if you're gonna use these, because I think that's what he's gonna do with the X-Men, is like he's gonna establish some really cool, new, awesome things for the X-Men. Like if he wants to do a proper goodbye, he's going to elevate. He's not just going to be like, here's a nostalgia grab. And it's the same idea of what they did in No Way Home. In No Way Home, like, dude, think about Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Nobody really liked Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Now, after that film, we're all like, bro, I fucking love Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and I want to know more about his shit. Yeah. So that's the idea, is like using those old nostalgic characters in a way that gives us new appreciation for them and sets up potential new appreciation for the version that will come in the 616.
All right. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, man. Good questions, man. All right, I'm going to get into the next one.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
You too, man. Lord Tyrannus. I'm bringing you on, man. A new Timeless just came out last month. Before that, it was just one shot, and it came out a year ago or something. Tyrannus, you're on the call, bro.
All right. I told you yesterday I was going to pick your mind on some Avengers Forever stuff, but first, with all like the World War Hulk stuff, do you think they could even, especially with the leader coming back, maybe do like a Gamma World type of thing instead to bring out Savage Hulk, where like, everybody else is getting turned into big Gamma monsters, and Hulk and She-Hulk and Scar, or maybe Red Hulk, Abomination have to stop it?
Yeah, no, I think that's totally possible. And so, like, this would be something going on, and then, like, boom, get more Gamma, and then all of a sudden that hits Bruce, unbalances him, and then Savage Hulk is back, is essentially what you're saying?
Yeah. Because, like, in Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon, they do it with the leader and Abomination. They go up, and the leader shoots out gamma rays I think it's, like, the entire world or the entire United States, and, Hulk has to come back and stop it, and I think that's the point where Hulk is even off doing his own thing like he is a lot in the MCU. And Hawkeye has to go get him to bring him back to save the world, pretty much.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I like it. And I think it could play. And some of the just rumblings, it's just like rumor for now, but some people are saying that events of New World Order are going to sort of plant the seed for that. And, you know, one has to wonder, like, could the gamma bomb be a solution to try to take out the void? Do you know what I mean? If that ends up happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
could be cool.
With the leader too. Yeah. But I want to get into some Forever stuff. And Rob actually started to bring it up. I thought he was going to steal my idea, but with the fixed points you were talking about with frustrating Kang,
yes,
in the Forever run, that's actually something that the Conqueror King is trying to stop because he doesn't want to become a Mortis. So I'm thinking, what if the Timekeepers or He Who Remains trapped Kang in the quantum realm, since time moves faster there, in an effort to get him to become a Mortis faster?
So it's like an incubator.
Yeah.
That's an interesting. That's an interesting idea. That could absolutely be the case. Yeah, man, that's kind of interesting. I'd have to like wrap my head around that a little bit more. But like, so basically, you're saying that like he's imprisoned there to become a Mortis faster, or to get to the point where he would then appreciate, the flow of time, and then become the true master of time, like at the end of time. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah. And then like with that, they bring him in, and that's after a Mortis has died. So even with like He Who Remains dying, or being reincarnated, dying in the end of Loki season 1, the Timekeepers essentially need a version of Kang so that they exist. But then again, I don't know how much Feige's taking the Timekeepers from the comics, or if he's doing kind of his own thing with them.
Yeah, it's hard to say. You know, one of the other things is there's a rumor that we're going to see those deathlocks going throughout time.
And that's from the new Forever too.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so I don't know, man. It could be a sort of weird alchemy, you know, mixed in with a little bit of MCU stuff. I've got a big video coming out later today about. So Jeff Loveness made some really interesting comments about like Kang, and about like yeah. So I like kind of dug into that, and I'm gonna sort of touch on this in the video I do later. But like that is the MCU formula: is like use the comics as the foundation, but then you have to do something different to, you know what I mean, built on top of it. So
yeah. And then one last thing with going back to Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
And again, from Forever, there's a panel where Kang and Mephisto are working together, and they need Wanda to break down mentally, pretty much, so that Mephisto can regain control of her kids. And they do that by killing Vision. So I'm thinking either, because we know He Who Remains wrote everything, but even if Kang or He Who Remains, or a variant something, was involved in plotting the events of Multiverse of Madness, that those were done so that when we meet Mephisto and he wants to take Wanda or do whatever he wants to do in Agatha and in Ironheart, that it's really so that he can get back the kids so that they can do what. I mean, that's kind of where I get foggy, because who knows what they want to do with that. But
yeah. No, dude, I love it. And I think Mephisto, one of the newer, it's actually an old rumor that now seems like it's more legit. I think Sasha has a 4-film contract. So, it could be.
Mephisto, all
right. They could do some serious Mephisto. So I would love it, man. And like building something like that, and whatever they're gonna do with the Demiurge and Wiccan. Yeah, it's really interesting stuff for sure.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. All right, I'm gonna take you out of here. We'll do these last 2 here. I'm gonna bring in Sing. I'm gonna bring you on the call, bro.
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. You're live. What are your questions, or what are your thoughts?
Well, my questions were about the Sony Spider-Man universe, because we know that they're doing the.
You're breaking up a little. You're breaking up a little bit on me, man. What's the question?
So I wanted to know about the Sony Spider-Man. We know that they're doing studios. So do you think maybe?
Brother, I can't really hear you. I think you said. You were talking about. I'm gonna message you real quick. I think you were talking about the Sony universe, right?
Yeah. Awesome. I think you can hear me better now. Those.
Yes. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I wanted to know about the Sony Spider-Man thing, because we know that they're doing Madam Web with Marvel Studios. So
yes.
Do you think maybe we could see more any of the other Sony characters in sort of, Secret Wars, or maybe, even beyond that.
Yeah, I think it's possible. I mean, one of the rumors is that you will see some of the characters from Into the Spider-Verse or Across the Spider-Verse brought into Secret Wars, which I think would be cool. It's really going to depend. I think a lot of negotiations back and forth between Marvel are still happening behind the scenes. And, if some of the rumors are true about like Venom and what they're building, they might be building essentially to their own Peter Parker of their own universe. But they'd still obviously, I think, love to continue to work with the Tom Holland stuff and do that. So I don't really know. I mean, I think that is a possibility, but I think that one of the things that's really cool about the Spider-Man Marvel connection is that a lot of these people, like Toby and Andrew, are not willing to just come back for a check. They are only willing to come back if it makes sense, if it feels fulfilling, if it feels great for the character. And that essentially means they're probably not going to come back to anything that's not under the purview of FEIGE, which is great. So,
well, that's awesome to hear, because I sort of, I was reading the Secret Wars comic again, and I saw that Miles Morales was sort of a big part of that, and it'd be awesome to have him in the MCU. I don't know, it's just a fanboy dream at this point.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. It would be freaking awesome to have him in, and I hope they figure out a way. And I'm sure these are the. You think my whiteboard was crazy? I bet the ones they have in the Marvel Studios right now are even crazier. And so some of the stuff,
definitely. Sure.
They're probably trying to figure it out too. So, hopefully, man, for sure.
Well, that was it. It was awesome talking to you, and can I just say it was a fanboy dream to sort of talk to you like in person, like as in on Discord or whatever. Because I've been following the channel forever. I've been Nerd Badger for like the past year, like 15 months, and it's just, man, it was a dream come true. This call in.
I appreciate it. And this is Kiwi, right?
Yep, that's me.
Awesome, brother. Well, no, it's great to hear from you too, man. And I appreciate all the support, and the community loves you. So it was awesome to talk to you as well.
Take care of the fam. Take care of Liam. Catch you later.
All right, catch you later, man. All right, I'm just going to do one more because Elisa came in here asking about Super Chats, and no, I haven't even done Super Chats, and I knew it was going to be a long stream, but it's like a really long stream. I hope nobody's upset. Don't get upset at me. And all right, let's bring in Wrecked. Or Rec 420 Hog, I think. Hello.
What's going on? Can you hear me?
I got you loud and clear. Crystal clear. How you doing?
Doing good. I'm doing good. I'm actually Infection Gaming on YouTube.
Okay, right on. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I figured I'd just try and get a call in. This is the first time I've ever tried it. And I'm excited for Quantumania. That movie looks absolutely insane.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be visual. It's gonna be cool. What do you think of the timeline theory? Did my whiteboard confuse you, or do you think it made sense?
I'm gonna be really honest with you. I watch everything on the fucking rewind. And
okay, right on.
Yeah, you woke me up with the Discord message, so.
Okay, gotcha. All right, man. No worries.
But
no worries.
Yeah, I guess main thing I'm wondering, have you heard any updates on Ahsoka, maybe?
No, nothing concrete. And I think Jason's got a really good beat on that, and so I'm kind of just waiting to see, when or if he drops the next bit of info. No, I haven't heard anything new. I am incredibly excited for it though, and I really do think it's gonna, kind of blow some minds.
The last hope I have for Star Wars.
Yeah, well, it's a good place to put your stock into, and I don't know if you caught this, but on Monday, I think it was this week, it could have been a different Nerd Theory, but like Theory said that because he has some connections and people at Lucasfilm too, and he had some people tell him that it's going to be like it's gonna change Star Wars, and like it's gonna be the thing that brings us all back together. And so there's a lot of hype and a lot of anticipation for that show, and I'm hoping it knocks it out of the park, and I'm hoping we're just like, dude, just give Dave everything,
Yeah, I have been on that page for a long time.
I get you.
If they screw up Ahsoka, I'm going to be livid because I literally have the fulcrum Ahsoka tattoo, like the logo of Ahsoka.
Gotcha. Yep. Yeah, she's foundational, man. She's she's foundational, and just a nice bridge. Even that character exists as a bridge between George and Dave. It's so interesting and meta. So, yeah, man, I'm hella excited. Let's get it.
Lots of possibilities with that show. Let's just, like you said, let's hope they knock it out of the park.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, do you have any other last comments or questions or anything? I'm gonna jump into these super chats.
No, I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you for having me on, and Nerd Vengers for life.
There you go, brother. All right, awesome, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, guys, I'm going to disconnect the call. So we're not going to do call-ins tomorrow, part of this stream, which was a whole... Chat, no! Wait. Go. Wait. Hey, yeah! Whoa! Yeah! All right, don't touch any fucking buttons. Nobody. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Like, we've had some issues before with, like, the streams and everything like that, but, like, damn, bro. Talk about, like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Because I'm literally like... we'll not do Tuesdays, but we're going to do longer streams. We're going to do these bigger streams. We're going to do these more involved streams. And it's like the streaming gods were like, bitch, no, you won't. Bitch, I don't think so. So I got to get under the hood, man. I got to get under the hood. I got to tinker. I got to figure it out. My God. Okay, we're going to fly through some super chats, guys, okay? And member chats and everything like that. I still have all of them from the other stream. All right. So let's get it over here, actually. Okay, Lars is the first in today with a $5 holla. Lars is first in with a $5 holla. Says, which comic run is the one where Doom rips out Thanos' spine? That's the Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars. And also... Guys, did you know there are 160 people still watching the Dead stream? The very first Dead stream? What is happening? Anyway, check this out. Look at this. That's Doctor Doom with Thanos' spine in there. Whoo, boy. Yeah, pretty cool. All right, Bubble Guts, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Steve Starenka says, Nerd Vengers for life. Appreciate you, bro. Big Gorga Morgan says, my personal MCU Kang theory is he who remains will become the Beyonder since he seems to be the one on that trajectory in Loki. Thoughts? Much love. No, I don't think so, brother. I mean, I like the idea, but I really think it's going to be the one we meet in Quantumania. You need a good king, you need a bad king. And all that. Grand Admiral says Batwing needs to line up with Nerd Ventures logo on the building like it does to the moon in the movie. That would be cool. Maybe we can get that working. In the Pit says, yo, Josh, love the changes you made to the channel over the past 2-ish years. Production value going to the moon. Keep it up. Yeah, unfortunately, the fucking Streamlabs is going to the moon, not in a good way. Dark Dragon says, Nerd Ventures for life. Appreciate you, man. James Heaton with a 5 spot says, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is canon, Josh. Admit it! You can't deny us forever. Shaking fist like an old man on front of his porch. Maybe I can't deny you forever, but I can deny you for the next half hour. John White said, please check Discord. I did see that, brother, and I appreciate the support. Rhett Proctor says, I really think Chloe deserves to be in the MCU because she was a part of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. By the way, and I saw some of you guys saying this in chat, right? It seems like Chloe walked that back a little bit. I mean, that doesn't mean anything, just so you guys know. Her walking it back means nothing. Nothing. Other than the fact that, they got to her NDA probably, etc., etc. Brian O'Connor says, Josh, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is greater than She-Hulk. That's true, actually. Give me a 1 into the chat. Keep up the great work, man. Cheers. Appreciate you, brother. Ben Raff says, Grace Randolph and others pretty much said in their own words that episodes 4, 5, and 6 were the weaker episodes, but the rest of the season is apparently really great. I think you're talking about Bad Batch. So, cool. Anthony Carter says, can I get some Nerd Avengers to get me on Xbox? Gamer tag is ScreamFerDeath, F-E-R Death. I play Elder Scrolls Online and Destiny 2 mostly. Much love, guys and gals. Anthony, if you're still in here, hit us up on the Discord, man. A lot of people link up via the Discord. Greet Pack says, Josh, please help my cat. Oh, yeah, the butt thing. We talked about that. Rhett Proctor says, is it just me or the decision to snap away Peter Parker an excuse to keep him in high school? Which absolutely sucks. Peter's supposed to be like 22, like Kate Bishop. It was a weird decision. That is actually kind of an interesting thought there. I do wonder if that's part of the process there. I don't know. Interesting. Appreciate the love. John Parker says, 18 months. Holy mother lover. Has it been that long? Appreciate all y'all. Text Vengeance for life. Ant-Man hype. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. 18 months. My goodness. It's a lot of support. Rhett says, do you think the idea to keep Peter Parker and his friend 17 FEIGE decision or Sony decision because Tom Holland doesn't look 17 anymore? I'm not sure, bro. I want to say that's probably a Marvel decision, though. Happy Hogan is a simp says, Josh, who's more petty, Doom or Lex Luthor? Much love. Doom. No, it's Lex. No, it's Doom. It's Lex. I don't know. Josh, how was the Popeyes? Very good. I enjoyed it. 34 Virgo says, watching the timeline explained is equivalent to us rewatching the buttons on the elevator meant Loki season 1. I need Chat GTP to help explain this dude. I mean, that's... yeah, you're probably not wrong, huh? You're probably not wrong, huh? Let's see here. Sean McLovin says, I have a nightly routine of comic explained versus nerd theory versus Star Wars theory of whose video can soothe me to sleep best. Rob's sexy voice usually wins. He does have a very sexy voice. Ain't no lie about it. Mo from the Foe says, understanding the concept of how time travel works in the MCU. Still no idea how time travel relates to the multiversal travel. Okay, interesting. Is Kang a multiversal villain or a time-hopping one? Help, Papa, I'm confused. Well, first of all, I appreciate the 10 spot. It's very generous. I think the video I drop later today will help clear this up a little bit. But it is because of the nature of time travel in the MCU that he becomes both, right? So if you're still in here, Mo, that's the answer. Prince Zodiac says, what if all the shows and movies in Phase 4 take place in different universes on different timeline? My head hurts. I actually, believe it or not, I've always been very resistant to that idea, but I actually considered it recently. I was like, damn, it could actually work. And I think maybe they could do that. Appreciate the love. Andre says, oh, baby, we diving in hard. Me loving this a lot. I already have a master's in nerd bullshit science. Much love, all y'all freshmen. Indeed, brother. Indeed. Appreciate the love. Chibawee says, I don't believe that they say about not having cast for the Fantastic Four. I do believe they are casted, and one of them is an Ant-Man 3 post-credit scene. I think that could be the case too, bro. And that would be pretty damn cool. Starkiller, remember, for 8 months. And then he followed up and says, now hold up. If the TVA is pruning all of those alternate timelines, how did Captain America return the stones to those timelines? It's a very good question. It's a very good question. I think the concept would be he goes back, he puts the stones back, and they branch, or they delete maybe the original timeline and make the new one the official timeline? I'm kind of confused about that myself. Holy shit, Callisto giving away memberships. Welcome all ye new nerd Vengers. Congratulations. James Eaton says, holy shit, Josh, the TVA pruned the timeline where Loki took the Tesseract. Isn't that the same timeline where they got the Time Stone too? How would he be able to return it if the timeline didn't exist? I know, bro. I know. And I appreciate the 10. And that is a great question. Some of this we still don't know. Winter Soldier says, the Infinity Stones still exist. They were simply reduced to atoms. Remember, the ether was once fluid. It can be reformed to the right power / skill. I think you could be onto something there. Absolutely. That's a big theory, right? Like, which one is it? Kiwi says, you could definitely harness the energy of the stones. Since basic thermodynamic states, they should be around the same form of energy. Much love to my fellow nerd vendors. Hey, appreciate you, Kiwi. It was good to talk to you too, brother. And I like that idea. Kendall says, does hard light from Miss Marvel separate timelines and multiverses? Hard light matches design in What If. Also, Miss Marvel creates the purple orb that Doctor Strange uses against. I know, and you did talk about that. I think that would be so cool, bro. I think you're onto something there. Ross says, haven't been able to be as present lately, but so thankful for 2 years as a Nerd Avenger. You're doing good work, bro, and this community is truly the best. I appreciate you, man, and it's all good. I know life takes us in different ways. JJ Limon says, I just did 10 blinkers. Can we start over? Maybe we did. Time travel. Think about it. Coral says, doesn't Ultron move between multiverses with the stones? How is that possible? What if Celestials are to blame for incursions too? You know, I do wonder, like I said, I think it's just his high level of intellect using the stones and being able to tap into them in a way that perhaps a mortal would not be able to. But I would love an actual explanation there too, you know? Devin says, gonna catch us on the replay, but I saw Marvel just released an MCU timeline book. They stole your idea. Blinkers up, Nerd Avengers for life. I know, we almost called the stream pretty early. H. Chris says, stream just hit a blinker. True. Lee says, take my money, sir. By the way, if you have too much Grogu merch, I'll take some. Have a great weekend. Lee, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate the 10, and maybe I will give you some Grogu merch. The Exodus says, with a $10 holla, Thanos destroying the stones puts us in the same state of flux before creation when the stones were singularities. In the flux, creation unravels. You need stones to reverse the flux. Enter Cap. I like that, bro. I like that. I wonder if that would actually be the case, you know? Like, what did Cap see when he left on that time platform? I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Vandolph the Black says, I enjoyed your full-blown Charlie Day. Keep up the great work. Next time, wear the tie and the short-sleeve shirt. Ooh, that's a good idea. I should have done that. Appreciate the love, man. Chipawee says, I feel like the key to Secret Wars will be Reed. A lot of people seem to forget Reed is Kang's ancestor. Well, that's never been fully clarified in comics. There's like different versions of it, but I would like that. Big Cat says, keep up God's work, Josh. Thanks for holding it down for me while I'm in college. Much love. Oh, man, appreciate you. All right, let's tear through the ones on this stream as well. Garth Mall, welcome back to the Nerd Ventures. You are a Nerd Venture now. Nerd Mafia says, he who remains theory makes sense, but not if Feige is trying to combine/reboot, so mutants are now in the main timeline. That is a question mark. What does that mean as far as consolidating the timelines? I'm not sure. I think it is possible that maybe the X-Men, or at least some of the mutants, have been around, perhaps hidden by Charles Xavier, or they're just not really abundant until after the Celestial pops out of Earth. I don't know. The Second Son says, can't call in because of work, but someone who loves She-Hulk, tis sin. JK, how would you explain Scar and his mom in the MCU? Collector's revenge. Yeah, so I think Hulk just got down. You know what I mean? I think Hulk just got down while he was on Sakaar. You know what I'm saying? Starkiller says, give us Doom or we riot. I agree, bro. I really want Doom. Moldy Sandwich says, hi, and save me a taco. Okay, will do. Overbound Game Studio says, seems like you're having a good arsed time today. I am having a good time. Big Goron says, quick follow-up. Good Kang equal Beyonder. Bad Kang equal Conqueror from Ant-Man. He who remains becomes Beyonder via Celestials a la Defenders Beyond. Okay. I have to check. I still have to read that run. That's a book that I have not read that I'm behind on. Seems like it's pretty meaningful. And Callisto, again, thank you so much for gifting 5 members. That is so cool. Jonathan Peters Art says, thanks for having me on the call. Meant to tell you to check your email. Send some edited shorts for you last Saturday. Okay, I will. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it was a rocky road. I apologize that the stream went down so many times. I'm going to try to work on that and get that figured out. Maybe I just have to update Streamlabs. I'm not really sure. Easel, a self-supporting wooden frame for holding artists. An easel. Oh, okay, for the easel fund. Oh, okay, right on. Thanks so much, man. I've been thinking about what if Wanda at the end of Secret Wars is envious of having no other mutants and does the reverse House of M like rumored. That would be pretty cool. I do remember when that was a big rumor, you know what I mean? All right, everybody. Much love. Hope you guys had a good time. So one of my sort of things is, because I do think we're going to do probably no streams on Tuesdays, I want to have really good streams. So like at least 1 or 2 a week where they're really well thought out and we have a lot of different fun things going on. If Streamlabs wasn't even acting up, we could have like watched some videos and just kind of reacted to some stuff and hung out together. So Yeah. I went over some membership stuff. I probably even hit yours, Andre, unless it was done in the middle stream. I lost the middle stream. Because there was like one that like popped before, but I'm pretty sure I went over your thing, didn't I? Pretty sure. Anyways, much love to you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Smash the like on the way out. And as I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video.